All right. Thanks for joining us today for our presentation on Brainfuse, database offered here at the Keller Public Library to all our users. This is a pretty cool database, I have to say. It offers a lot of really cool stuff, but if you don't know that it's there, you don't know about it. So today, hopefully I'm going to be able to highlight a few of the things and you'll find something that's really good for you personally or for your kids in school. Just a quick note about who I am. My name is Anne Flanoy. I am the Adult Services Librarian at the Keller Public Library. So you may have seen me around the library. I work at the information desk a lot. So let's get to why you are here today, which is Brainfuse. What exactly is this Brainfuse? And the truth is, calling it Brainfuse is a little misleading because the Keller Library actually subscribes to two separate Brainfuse databases. We have Brainfuse HelpNow and Brainfuse JobNow, and the difference is really the target audience between the two. The first one, HelpNow, is for students of all ages from kindergarten all the way up through college, and then adult learners who want to learn anything that would be covered in those grades as well. And it has pretty much anything you can imagine that would help you at school: live tutors, homework help, writing assistance, test prep, meeting spaces where you can meet with study groups. And the other side of it, JobNow, is more career-based, and it's for people who have a job but want a better job, people who don't have a job who want to get a job, people who want to advance in their current job, or people who are just trying to figure out what job might be right for them. So you've got job search coaching, resume building, interview prep, career guidance, and skills building in the JobNow side. Who can access Brainfuse? So anyone who's using one of our library computers or the Wi-Fi at the library has instant access to Brainfuse and all of its elements. Anyone who holds a Keller Public Library card, even one of our kid cards like this Book Monster card here, that also gets you access anywhere that you have an internet connection. So you could do it from home. If you have a library card that was issued by a library other than the Keller Public Library, check in with your home library. They may also subscribe to Brainfuse so that you could get access from your home computer. So let's talk about how you get into the Brainfuse databases. The easiest way, especially if it's your first time ever accessing it, is going to be to start at the Keller Library website, which is just cityofkeller.com/library. And the homepage has all of these tiles on it, and you'll see a tile in the bottom left that says digital resources. So you'll click on that tile, and then it takes you over to a digital resources page that has another set of the tiles. And on the bottom right of that page is a tile for databases. And we're talking about Brainfuse databases here. So if you'll click on that link, it will take you to a page that has all the links to our databases. And that page will look a little familiar because it's actually our catalog. So if you've ever browsed our catalog for library materials, like books or DVDs, this is the catalog website, but it's also how you get to our databases too. So you can see eSource Home and database. So the eSource Home actually gives you this list of databases in categories. So you can browse through the categories to find what you're looking for. So like JobNow is going to be in business resources. But what I like to do is use the first one that says all databases, because it's just going to give you a big list of all of our databases in alphabetical order. And if you already know the name of the database you're looking for, it's easiest to find that way. I think it's faster. So in the case of what we're talking about today, up in the B's, we've got Brainfuse HelpNow. And then down in the J's, you've got JobNow. I'm not sure why JobNow doesn't say Brainfuse JobNow, but that's it down there in the J's. Now, these screenshots were taken from a library computer, so it may look a little bit different when you're at home. It may prompt you for a login at some point with your library card credentials. And remember, your library card number is on the back of your library card. It's the whole number with no spaces. And unless you've assigned yourself a new password, the password we give you is going to be the last 4 digits of that same number. So it may prompt you here in the catalog to log in, but you may also get a prompt within the database itself to log in at some point. Again, I'm at the library today, so I'm not going to have any of those prompts. But let's dive in. Let's take a look at the HelpNow database and give y'all a look at exactly what we're talking about here. So this is what the home screen of HelpNow looks like. You'll see there's 3 main modules: Expert, Help, Study, and Collaborate. You'll notice up at the top, there's some login prompts here. A lot of the information and the tools on here are available without creating a Brainfuse account, but there are some areas, especially the ones that require interaction with like a person or an expert, that you will need to set up an account. But the good news is the account process in Brainfuse is super easy. Remember, this is set up to help kids as young as kindergarten. So to create an account is super easy. So I'm gonna walk y'all through that real fast. So if you just click on this login, and then down here, there's a link for don't have a username or password, sign up. And we're just going to create one really fast. Also, what's really cool about this is it doesn't ever require an email address. So again, some of your younger kids don't have email yet. So you can get their own unique username for all your kids without having to have unique passwords for all of them. Ta-da! That was it. That's the whole process. So you can see we've got an account. If you actually click on my account, it will show you. Oh, we have to log in after we created our account. I'm sorry. It actually will show you here your password. So don't use a super secret password that you like use on your bank account, because this is not a super secret account, okay? But here in your account, you've got all sorts of stuff over here. We'll get into some of this stuff later, but you can use these tools as you see fit. But the most useful one, I think, is this My Past Sessions. A lot of times when you're interacting with a live tutor, you may think you missed something, you want to refer back to it. It records everything that you do, and you can go back here and review that again, and it saves it to your account. So that's pretty cool. But that is all it takes to create an account. And if you create an account here, this same account will also work in JobNow. It's the same login. It's all for Brainfuse. But I want to go back to the home and show you a lot of these features because there's some really cool stuff in here. We're going to start in the Expert Help module. Oh yeah, but first I just want to show you right here, this big banner where you see its tutors are available every day, and it gives you this schedule. This is good to know because if you're specifically wanting a live tutor, you may want to pay attention to what times they're actually available. But let's go into the live tutoring because I think that's really a very helpful thing. All you have to do is pick what grade. As you can see, it goes all the way up to college. You can do FAFSA, SAT. You choose your grade, you choose your subject. Let's do math. And then you see this is really cool here. If your student prefers to have a tutor that speaks Spanish, you can choose that option here. And then all you do is click Live Help, and it's going to send us to a live tutor. I don't know if it's sharing you, this part of the screen with you, but it hooks you up with a tutor right away, and you can start chatting with them. It also gives you a whiteboard where you can draw and create a, which I think is especially helpful in math, so you can write your equations. And then I closed my chat session, and every time you do that, it's going to ask you for feedback, because they're constantly improving, and it'll allow you here, if you have some feedback on your tutor, you can give that at this time. But we're just going to go back to the home page. So that's live tutoring. Oh, and I did want to just remind you, I hinted at this earlier, but any tutoring session that you do is automatically recorded and saved to your account. So you don't have to remember to click on anything to do that, and it is available for you there to go back and refer to. The writing lab is pretty cool. It allows you to attach a document and send it in. This would then be reviewed by a writing expert who can do proofreading and writing advice. The turnaround on this is about a business day, but you have a lot of options here to get help with writing. So that's pretty cool. Let's see, we'll go back. The Skills Surfer, this is one of the areas where you don't need to have an account. These are just available to anybody who can get in. But as you can see, it's kind of broken up by age group. Once you get into the age that you want, let's say we wanted to do calculus for high school. So let's go into high school, and then it's broken out by subject. So we'll go in here to mathematics and find, well, actually down here in AP, let's do calculus BC. If we click on it, we can see all of the resources that are available in that particular subject, which is a lot, actually. All of these with the triangle, the like play symbol, that's a video lesson. Let me pull one up and show you. And it has this teacher here, and you can play it, and he walks you through that lesson on that topic. If we go back, anything that has this little document, that's like a written lesson, a text lesson. We've got this little, I think this is like a chain link. These are flashcards, which is really cool. Oh, this one is going to take you away from Brainfuse, so that wasn't a good example. But it's like a flashcard on your screen. You click on the flip side and flip button, and it'll flip the flashcard over for you. And you can play games with your flashcards, things like that. And then there's one other one. Oh yeah, these with the question mark, that's a practice test. See, it's like a practice test. So you can take those as well. So there's a lot of stuff in here for all these different subjects. That you can find. And again, all of the Skills Surfer, you don't have to have a Brainfuse account to access any of those. So if you don't want to interact with anybody, you don't have to. You can just come in here and browse those. One cool thing that's on here, we get asked at the library a lot for STAR test prep. And this is pretty much the only place we've been able to find it. But it is available here for all the different age groups. I think you saw down here at the bottom, there was SAT. Where did SAT go? GED. Here we go, college entrance test prep, sorry. SAT, ACT, we've got the TOEFL, or however you say that. Nursing entrance exams, we get asked a lot about the HESI. So that's pretty cool. In the college section, there's good stuff on applying to college. You can get like a tutor, a literal tutor to help you apply for college. Make sure you're not missing any steps. Make sure you're doing everything you can to be your best advocate to get you into the right college. That's the Skills Surfer. So it's a browsable area. It's pretty cool. Let's go back home. The next one is send a question, and it's exactly what it sounds like. You're sending a question into an expert. and they're going to send you a response back. So you're going to choose the grade, the subject, you enter your question, you can attach a document, and then you submit it in, and then they're going to find the best person on their expert team, and they're going to send you a response back to your account, and it should take about a business day. So this one is one that you'll need a Brainfuse account for, obviously, because you'll have to log back on to see that response. The Language Lab is a great place for language learners. You can get live tutoring. Right now, live tutoring is only available for the foreign language of Spanish. And there's a schedule here. This tutoring schedule for the Language Lab is exactly the same as the live tutoring for the rest of the site. But also in the vocabulary builder, you'll see there's a whole lot of other languages available. I think there's 11 altogether: French, Portuguese, Italian, all sorts of good stuff in there. And so in here, you'll find there's games you can play, lessons, quizzes, flashcards, guides to pronunciation, all sorts of stuff if you're wanting to learn that language. And that's the Language Lab. So that's pretty cool. The last link under Expert Help is this featured service. So it's a featured, so it changes periodically with whatever Brainfuse wants to feature at the time. But right now what they're promoting is chess tutoring, which is something that new that they're offering, which is really cool. You can connect with a live tutor to help you improve your chess skills, which is widely acknowledged to be very beneficial for learning and a lot of reasons across all ages. But it's something that you probably need a lot of help to learn and improve at. So you can get chess tutoring here on Brainfuse. Those are the main functions of the Expert Help module. Let's talk a little bit about the study module. The first one is the LEAP learning platform. This is like guided courses that use kind of targeted lessons based on your performance on an assessment test. So we can go into it a little bit here, but basically based on, you'll pick what subject you want, and then you'll take an assessment test, and then it kind of builds a lesson plan for you to help you along that path, starting where you need to start. So it's kind of customizable in that way. Flashbulb is pretty cool. It is flashcard based. It's like a flashcard library. There's a whole bunch of pre-prepared cards. You can create your own flashcards on subjects that they don't even cover. And then you can use those flashcards to play games and study and then just improve your knowledge. I know when I was in school, I used flashcards for everything. So now the thing is to use these digital flashcards. The eParachute is a tool that helps you identify college majors and career paths that might be suited to your interests and your strengths, or your students or your kids. So if you have somebody who is getting ready to graduate and they don't know what to study in college, or they just really don't know what they want to do, the eParachute is pretty cool. You can go in and you just follow along and fill everything out, and then it gives you a lot of feedback on careers and stuff. So that's the study module. The collaborate module also has some cool stuff. Meet, which is really handy, is a way for you to schedule and virtually meet with friends in like a study group or work on a group project. It's literally like creating a virtual study room. So you get like a whiteboard, you can video chat, all sorts of cool stuff. The Brainwave is kind of a way for you to create video style messages to send to tutors, to group project teammates, to teachers or whatever, almost like a brainstorming tool or troubleshooting tool. But it's really handy for if you're having trouble with a certain thing, you can create a video explaining your problem and then send that in, and then the tutor can understand you a little bit better than you trying to type out a question maybe. One more thing I want to show you, those are the main modules, but you'll also notice there's this link here for adult learners. This is a dedicated module, I guess, for more adult needs. So you'll see there's information here on the GED, citizenship tests, which is pretty cool. And then you've got computer basics, like Microsoft Office in particular, and then some career resources, and then a lot of the same stuff that you saw on the uh, original HelpNow site, the same kind of information, but this is going to be a little more filtered and geared towards adult learners. So that's pretty much everything I wanted to show you on HelpNow, which again is the student-focused side of Brainfuse. So let's go in and take a look now at JobNow. I'm a little afraid. There we go. Okay. So again, JobNow is going to be targeted at people who are looking for career advancement or just getting started in their career. First thing you'll notice is that this looks a lot like HelpNow, and it functions a lot of the same ways. Like I mentioned before, my account carries over from HelpNow. So it's if a lot of what we talked about earlier in the presentation with HelpNow is going to apply to the JobNow. It's just going to be, instead of helping you study for calculus, it's helping you prepare for a skill you'll actually need at work. The resume module here, the job interviews module, and the career module. The resume module under this one, the first one we're going to talk about is Live Resume Expert. So this is similar to what we saw in HelpNow. It's like live tutoring. You can get an immediate answer about a question you have about your resume. We get a lot of questions at the library from people working on their resume for like, what order do I list my degrees in? Do I need to limit my resume to one page? How many jobs do I need to list? That kind of information, those kinds of questions you can get answered immediately from a live resume expert. Resume templates is exactly what it sounds like. It offers you a few different downloadable versions of resumes that you can download and just start working with. See if it's going to load up. Oh, here we go. Okay, so you can see there's 3 different options based on your needs. And if you click on it, it's going to download a template that you can then plug in all of your information. I don't know that it's, I don't think it'll share my Word with you, but these documents are all in Microsoft Word, so they're real user-friendly. Resume resources includes a lot of good links for info to help you build your resume. There's some especially good things on here for military, a military skills translator in particular. There's a lot of codes that the military use for their jobs that don't really translate into civilian life. So this is literally a translator to get you from those military code words into civilian life. See, then you got a lot of stuff here for veterans and stuff. So that's really cool things for the military especially. The Resume Lab is a place where you can upload your resume. Like you've built your resume, you're happy with it, but you'd really like someone to take a look at it and give you some feedback. So you can upload it here. And then within a business day, a resume expert is going to give you some real feedback on your resume. So that's pretty cool. And then the last one here, Optimal Resume, is an online resume building tool. So it's like an online software that'll help you design some really cool stuff for your resume. Over in the job interviews module, you'll see we've got a live interview coach and interview tips. These are exactly what they sound like. An interview coach is going to be someone that you have a one-on-one interaction with, and they're going to give you some tips. And then interview tips, it's literally just some text tutorials to help you prepare for an interview. Then online resources, again, is a list of helpful links of different things to help you get prepared for a job interview. In the career module, this should look a little familiar, especially down here. You got the skill surfers and the e-parachute. These were both features that we saw in HelpNow, and they function exactly the same here in JobNow. But you can see all these others are, they're exactly what they sound like. Unemployment assistance is actually really cool. It can help you determine if you are eligible to file for unemployment and to help you get started to know where you need to go. And then again, you'll see there's an adult learners tab here that will again take you to the adult learning module. If you're wanting to build skills, that's particularly useful. So that is everything I wanted to show you in JobNow. So we've taken a look at both resources. They're pretty handy. There's lots of good stuff in there. You'll just have to take a minute to poke around for yourself. If you have any questions, particularly if you're having trouble accessing Brainfuse, give us a call at the library or an email. It's 817-743-4840 and library@cityofkeller.com. All of our librarians would be happy to help you get into Brainfuse in particularly and help you find the module that's going to be right for you. But the cool thing is if you're in Brainfuse and you are using it and you've got an account set up, you can also send in your questions to the Brainfuse experts, and they're going to help point you to the right module, the right feature that's going to get you the help that you need. So thank you for your time today. I really appreciate you sitting through my presentation. I hope that you have found something that will work for you or your kids in this time where we're all using technology more than ever.